BYU Football Media Day continuing. Thanks for tuning in. Jason Shepard with you here on the second floor at BYU Broadcasting. A gorgeous summer day here in Provo, Utah. Happy to be joined by the Romney brothers, Baylor and Gunner. Guys, thanks for taking a few minutes. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Happy
So
to be
you've been doing interviews since this morning.
I have.
You just got here, so you're kind of new to it. You're probably not burnt out. What's
now.
What's this experience like?
I mean, it's long, a lot of repetitive questions.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's fun. You get to talk to different people, get exposure out there, and talk about what we've been doing to prepare for the season.
I asked you guys before we started, do you guys like doing these together?
It does take the pressure off a little bit. You know, it can rely on him to answer some questions, kind of take a little break. But, I don't know, we maybe have differing opinions in some things, so.
Where are you guys the most different? Because obviously, if siblings, everybody has their own personality, but you grow up in the same family, so you would think you'd be fairly similar. Where's the biggest difference between you two?
I'm better at golf. I'm better at basketball. I'm better at pretty much every technical sport there is.
You say you're more athletic than him?
No, I never said that. I said technical sports.
Okay.
Technical sports.
Okay.
See, athleticism, I'm for sure on top of it.
But
like,
it doesn't matter,
though. If we're going to go
though.
to a track meet, if we're going to go, like, if he's going to try and guard me running routes or anything like that, nah, but finesse sports, I admit it, he gets me. Like golf, ping pong, stuff like that.
Okay. Do we have any?
The old man sports.
So, how much sibling rivalry was there between you two growing up?
I always think about the basketball court. We always had a basketball hoop in our front yard, backyard, whatever, and it was very competitive, to say the least. Like, winning was everything, and if you lost, there was usually like some exchanges, and it wasn't fun for anyone.
Yeah. No, I always go back to like a couple stories, like even just like little things like racing our bikes. There was one time I was winning.
This isn't a true story.
I was winning racing our bikes, and he got so competitive he decided to just crash into me.
No, that's false. I was in first place. He ran into me.
That's not how it works. His memory is foggy. But anyways, he crashed into me, and I flipped off my bike and broke my wrist.
Oh!
So that was my first bone I ever broke. And then another memory that comes back, we were playing Risk, the board game. You know,
this was just last year.
Some words were exchanged, some trash talk happened, and it turned into a full-on fist fight, full-on brawl. But it's just competitive nature. It's just a sibling rivalry.
So now you guys had different high school experiences because you were in San Antonio, correct?
El Paso.
Or El Paso, excuse me.
Though.
Yes. And then you obviously were in Chandler down in Arizona. So you obviously have both ended up at BYU, but you guys took, obviously, moving from one place to the next. You guys had different experiences in high school, right?
Yeah.
How did your high school careers shape you into what you guys are today?
So I'll go first. So coming out of high school, I was a pretty highly rated recruit. Like I played for a team that finished top 10 in the nation every single year in high school. You know, won a couple state championships, and so I think my high school career was more of a sort of like a spotlight career, a little bit more. Sort of, we played on the national stage. We played on ESPN 3 or 4 times a year. And in Texas, it was not like that at all. When we played it was a smaller school. I'll let Baylor,
Yeah, I mean, it was just the complete opposite for me. El Paso football's not the biggest. I mean, there's a few players that come out of there, play Division I football, eventually go into the NFL, but it's pretty few and far in between. So it was always a struggle for recognition in high school. I felt like I always flew under the radar, that teams would always pass me up because where I was playing at. So I pretty much came unrecruited out of high school, only had one offer. And it's just cool that our paths, even though they're different, very different, we ended up in the same place, and now we have the opportunity to play together here.
What has that meant for you guys to be able to be on this and share look, there's highs and lows, but to be able to have your brother with you, I mean, there's obviously been a long list of family members, whether it's brothers or cousins, that have been able to play together at BYU, but to be able to have your brother on the team and to be able to share that, I have to imagine that's just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's really cool. Kalani always talks about how family is like the most important thing, and we're supposed to be a family. But I think it just adds to it when there's literal blood relatives on the team, and your literal family. And it's been cool just to share those experiences. Just whether it's in the locker room, on the practice field, or even at home. Just like talking about that stuff. It's been super fun, and it's kind of cool because you can go through these experiences and you can talk about it and you can just sort of relate so much better We can talk about how it was, differing high school workouts to here and just sort of that type of stuff.
Yeah, and I think our relationship has grown a lot closer since we've been able to share a locker room together, work out together, do all of our extra stuff together, and just really connect and get to know each other better. And it's been really cool to be able to do that with my brother.
Well, and you've been married for about 3.5 years.
Yeah.
You're getting married. It was a month ago yesterday. First of all, congratulations on that. I know it's very exciting times for you. Do you give your brother, is there any advice you've given him already? Do you plan to give him advice, or?
Figure it out, man. You'll do fine.
No, it's funny. So the entire time up here, I was third wheeled with him and his wife, and so I just got to experience it firsthand. So hopefully that just, seeing it happen was good experience.
All right, well, let's talk football. And I'm going to ask you to do the exact same thing that I asked Puka and Samson Nakua. I want you to tell me what makes Gunner such a good football player, and I want you to do the same about Baylor.
Okay, go ahead.
Baylor, you start first.
Oh, come on,
yeah,
man.
We'll go with the older brother first.
Yeah, Gunner, he puts a lot of time and effort into his craft, and a lot of people on game day see this deep target receiver that makes all these big catches, but what they don't see is all the time and energy and effort he puts into perfecting his steps, perfecting his quickness, really all the work that he does. He works so hard. I think he overworks himself a lot of times. But that's why he is the player that he is, because he perfects his craft and he does that every day.
All right, what about Baylor? What makes him such a good quarterback?
I think Baylor's nature makes him such a good quarterback. Same thing that he said about me can go for him. We do it together. We go out there and get extra lifts in. We've been throwing extra routes, doing extra footwork, all that type of stuff. But I think Baylor, just his nature, his ability to stay calm under pressure, and his ability to not get super worked up when things are going wrong or when they're going good. He never gets ahead of himself. And it's always just take one play at a time and really can just focus in on the details and really just sort of play calm, cool, and collected.
Speaking of the quarterback position, I'm sure you haven't been asked about this at all,
Never.
Whether it's today or any time. You said something earlier today, and it really stood out to me, and I love what you said, and I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly, but it was essentially, you're asked about the room, the quarterback room, and now, we all get along, we all pull for each other, but we're also, we're also all trying, we also want to be the starter. So, we're going to support everybody, but we're each going out to win the job. I love that attitude. How are you approaching this competition?
Yeah, I mean, my goal is to be the starting quarterback come Arizona, and I'm pretty sure that's the other guy's goal as well. So it just kind of is unfortunate that only one of us can be on the field at a time. But for me, I'm controlling what I can control. I'm putting in as much effort and energy into getting better each and every day. Really this offseason, taking care of my body, getting myself in the best shape I can be in, and also keeping myself as healthy as I can be.
When you look around, obviously last year we know the type of offensive production that was on the field. You look around this year, and even though some guys are gone, a lot of production is gone, guys like Gunner and Isaac Rex, who was just an absolute beast last year. You bring in the Nakua brothers, running backs with Algier and Lopini, a great offensive line. You look around as a quarterback, and your mouth has to water, I'm sure, with the opportunities that are there in this offense.
Yeah, we're stacked at every skill position there is. Offensive line, there's a lot of depth, a lot of experience, and tons of talent in every position room. And that takes a lot of stress off of the quarterback's shoulders, because you have guys that are around you that are going to make plays, that are going to make up for whatever inefficiencies you have. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a great position, a great team going forward, and a great offense.
What gets you excited about this receiving core, because it's stacked again?
Yeah, we have a lot of experience coming back. I think a lot of people sort of just don't really appreciate what Neil did last season as well. Because I think a lot of the spotlight was on, me, Dax, or Isaac last year. But I think what Neil has done, a lot of people don't really appreciate how good of a player he is. So having him come back, as well as the Nakua brothers, but as well as a lot of the other talent too. Having the Nakua brothers in the receiving room, it's sort of elevated everybody, because everybody wants the ball, everybody wants targets, everybody wants to be on the field. And it's sort of kind of going like back to what Baylor said about the quarterback room, how where everybody's pushing each other, but at the same time, everybody wants to get targets, everybody wants to be on the field. And so it's healthy competition, and it elevates the entire room. So I think it's going to be really good.
Well, and you brought up Neil, that touchdown in the back of the end zone with the toe tap. I don't even know how he got his feet in the back of the end zone. You're right. Neil was that's a guy that certainly every opposing defense is going to have to pay attention to. Your biggest, I don't want to say concern, but the thing that you're focused most on for yourselves heading into Arizona.
Being the starting quarterback, there's a lot that goes behind that. But really, I've put a lot of effort into making sure that my body's in a good place, health-wise, physically, and even mentally going into fall camp and into the season.
What about for you, Gunnar?
I think sort of the same thing. My number one goal for this season is staying healthy throughout the entire season. And, if I can do that, I think that'll be good. But not necessarily for myself, but I think for the whole team. Last year we didn't have fans. And so last year it was playing in a different environment. But I think for some of the newer guys that are going to step in and play, they've never played against that sort of competition in that environment. So I think just getting them ready, it's just another football game, getting them as prepared as they can be to sort of step into that environment with the crowd, with the fans, with the noise in Allegiant Stadium in that arena. I think it's going to be fun, and I think that's something that you don't really take into consideration when you think about the season and you think about, but just comparing it to last season, I think it might make a big difference.
All right, let's wrap things up with some brother questions. I asked these exact same questions to Puka and Samson, okay? All right, who is the more bossy brother?
This guy.
No, look.
No,
okay, now I'm going to tell you, who was, they agreed on every single one. There was no doubt. So right out of the gate, you guys are differing.
Look, so he's the older brother, and so I think just he has that older brother complex where it needs to go his way.
That he feels like he's in charge of everything?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is my argument.
Okay.
He's a very impulsive guy. And when you don't want to do things that he wants to do on a whim, he gets mad and he starts to get controlling. He starts to get demanding of you. So I think this guy.
Okay.
Go ahead and agree, man.
Differing opinions.
Yeah.
We need to get the parents in on this one.
All right.
Okay. Who's the messier brother?
This guy.
I would have said me in my younger years, but
Let's go look at our cars right now. Let's go see.
all right. You don't have to call me out like that.
So it's Gunnar.
I'll admit that one.
Okay. All right. Who is the mama's boy?
Me, for sure. I'll admit that one.
Yep.
That's
him.
Okay. No questions.
no questions asked.
Yeah,
Just plain and
Okay.
simple.
Speaking of, I've been told to ask about the green bean casserole.
Oh, the green bean casserole is fire.
Yeah.
That's
It's a Thanksgiving special.
And is it specifically your mom's green bean casserole, or is it any green bean casserole?
specifically my mom's, but it's funny because I don't even like green beans. Green beans are like one of the few foods that I won't eat unless it's in the casserole.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's delicious.
All right, so you're getting ready for the season. You're getting ready for the season, but you're also getting married, as we mentioned. So I'm going to assume that you've registered for gifts. This is my last question. What's the weirdest thing that you have registered for? Because everybody, and maybe you can remember back to something weird that you registered for when you guys got married. Because I'm usually, I don't know if it was the case with you, the weird thing that we registered for, we got. I don't know if it happened with you as well. What's the weirdest thing that you registered for? Can you remember?
No, you know what? It's funny because I was talking to a friend and they were talking about some of the stuff that they put on the registry and how much everybody gave, how much crap they got from everybody.
Right.
And so we were kind of like, okay, maybe we shouldn't put some of that stuff on the registry. So we've kind of kept it really basic.
Yeah, don't put something on there as a joke because in all likelihood, someone's going to buy it for you.
Yeah.
Then you're going to have to display it when they come over. Guys, thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun. Good luck to both of you. Good luck getting married. Good luck in the off season. And I'm sure we will be seeing each other a lot more as we get closer to the season. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.